it's Melanie White here, back with another video. How you doing? I hope you're doing well. I hope there's not an echo. We are just away for a little mini getaway with the family. We're from Toronto and we are in Niagara Falls. So baby girl is taking a nap and hubby is at the park with little man. So I said, let me take an opportunity and do a video for you guys. So what's been on my heart today is I want to talk to you about, are you determined in your search to find your forever person, or are you desperate? Okay. I just want to talk about some key differences and some things to kind of watch out for, and what are the next steps, right? So let's talk about being desperate. So when you are desperate, some of the behaviors, some of the mindsets that you'll exhibit are the following. I kind of wrote some out. So first off, I want to talk about your boundaries. So either you are not enforcing your boundaries, or you don't have any boundaries, or you don't even know what your boundaries are. Now, when I talk about boundaries, I know when I first heard about the term boundaries, I thought about, okay, am I talking about like a piece of territory? Are we drawing a line in the sand? Or like, what do you mean boundaries? And boundaries are simply what is okay to you and what is not okay to you. That's pretty much what it is. And so when you are dating and looking for a mate, desperation looks like you're not adhering to your boundaries. You're not adhering to whatever your standards are. So, for example, you may desire someone who wants a serious relationship, and you may meet someone who says, you know what, I'm not looking for a serious relationship. You know, he might still be calling you. He might still, you guys might still hang out and go out, but maybe he says, I'm not looking for something serious, but you still continue to engage with him. That's a sign of desperation, because he told you that he doesn't want a relationship. Yes, he may be calling you and seeing you, but when a man tells you he's not looking for a serious relationship, you believe him, because he doesn't want a serious relationship. And if he wants a serious relationship, it's not with you. You'll accept anything, right? If something is bothering you, you're not speaking up because maybe you're fearful that if you speak up, he's not going to want to, talk to you anymore, or take you out anymore, or date you. Very important, if something is really bothering you, to speak up, because he's not a mind reader. He doesn't know, and he's not going to know unless you tell him and speak up. And trust me, when you speak up and you state what you want or what your issue is with respect and the intention to resolve whatever issue or conflict, he will respect you that much more. It's teaching him how you desire to be treated. Rushing into things. So I know this was one thing that I did. I would kind of rush into things and invest all my emotions into a guy, and rushing the process. Especially if things feel forced. Maybe you're forcing the relationship. Maybe you're in a relationship but you're forcing marriage. If it feels forced, you kind of want to ask yourself, well, why am I rushing into this? Am I desperate to be married? Things should feel a steady pace, not like necessarily fast or slow, but things should flow organically. Another sign that you are desperate is if you're in a relationship or a situationship, or I don't even know what this is, ship. is when you can't tell anybody. You know, maybe you're out with friends, or you're talking with people and they're like, so, what's going on? You got a man in your life? Or, what's your situation? Are you single? Are you not single? And, you can't really tell anybody about it. That's a situation that you shouldn't be in. And you're probably, just so desperate for love that you'll take certain situations that you can't even tell people about. So keep that in mind. If you can't tell anybody about your situation, of course, people that you know and love and trust, then that's an indication that you are just desperate to be in a relationship. Oh, another sign that I would say that you are desperate is your mindset and your beliefs. So do you have a lack mindset or an abundant mindset when it comes to dating and relationships? Because if you feel like, you know what, there's no good men anyways, so I'll just, settle with whatever this guy is giving me, no, that's desperation. Because the truth is that there are great men out there. And if you have that abundance mindset of knowing that there are great men out there, you're just looking for one, but knowing that there are great men out there, you will meet the right guy. You will. But if you have this attitude of, oh my gosh, like all the good men are taken, and I just have to kind of just settle for whatever I can get, right? That's desperation, and you'll just end up falling for anything. Another sign is if you feel you need to control the relationship. If you feel like you need to control, there's definitely some insecurity going on. And if you feel the need to control, that's another sign that you may be desperate for a relationship. Now let's talk about the flip side, and let's talk about what determined means. So when you're determined for a relationship, you are at a place where you know what you want. And I've talked about this before, but I'll mention it again. I'm talking about a love list, okay? Or some people call it a love journal. Some people, as they're on their dating as they're on their dating journey. And this was one thing I did, is I would journal about my dates. I would journal, each time I would go out on a date, and maybe it wasn't a successful date, but I would at least journal about it and reflect, because reflection is extremely important. If you're just dating and not reflecting, you're not really getting a good sense of exactly what you want, right? So what I would always do is go on dates. If something went well, I would, write it down. If something didn't go well, I would kind of ask myself the questions like, okay, well, what would I desire? Or now that I know that I don't like this, what am I gonna do next time going forward, right? So journaling is something that tells yourself that you are determined to find love. When you're determined, okay, you have a strong sense of faith. What do I mean by faith? Faith is the belief in the things that you don't necessarily see. So you may not have the relationship that you're desiring, but you have faith. You believe that it will come to pass. Now, I'm sure you've heard of that saying, faith without works is dead. And this is so true, right? Are you taking actions? Maybe you're online and you've really worked on your profile. Maybe you're taking 20-30 minutes every day to kind of go through, other men's profiles. You're putting yourself out there. You're meeting different men. You're meeting women as well, because women know men, right? People who like, and trust, you're letting them know that you are single and looking for something serious. If people know that you are looking for someone, they will. If they think of someone, maybe they'll, mention that person to you. I had that happen to me many times. I would let people know that, hey, you know what, I am, looking for a serious relationship. And I got fixed up with many friends. Many friends were like, I want to hook you up with this guy, or I want you to meet this person. So that is what I talk about, being determined. And when you do go on dates and you meet people and maybe you guys are not a match, maybe you're not feeling the connection, it's okay. You guys can still be friendly, cheer each other on your dating on your dating journey. And throughout the process, I met some great guys again, and we became friends. And we would check in with each other. So, like, how's your dating life? And did you meet anybody? Did you not meet anybody? I remember one guy, we weren't a match, and we both knew we were not a match, but we continued to be friends. And I think shortly thereafter, he did meet his wife. And again, I was so happy for him. And again, I kept in touch with him because he may have friends, or he may come across another, single man. And maybe he may think of me and be like, wait a minute, like, my friend, she loves A, B, and C, and you love A, B, and C, and let me hook you guys up. So, don't burn any bridges. Just focus on, making quality connections with people. And, that's the determined way. Another point that I want to mention is that, finding a relationship is not the end all and the be all. Okay? There's still so much more to you. And I want you to always give gratitude and thank God that, I'm sure there's other parts in your life that you're doing amazing. I know when I was single, there were times where I would get so down and out, like, God, where is my husband? And I would forget to give thanks, and I would forget to show gratitude for the things that were going great in my life. I had my health, giving gratitude just for the little things, that I can walk, that I can breathe, that I can talk, that I can hear, that I can smell. I had, great friends around me. I had, great employment opportunities. There were just so many things that I had to really look at and say, okay, fine, I don't have a relationship, but there's still so much more to me. And I want you to remember that. I just want you to remember that there's so much more to you. And, just focus on just being the best version of you. Just continue to focus on growth and growing, learning new things, meeting new people, pray, journal, and always have the faith that he is on his way to you. Okay, that's what being determined is in your dating life. So I hope there were some key points. Let me know if you feel like you are desperate, or are you determined? And if you are desperate, what are some of the things that maybe you're gonna start doing or stop doing, right? Examine the current situationships or the current relationships that you're in, and just take a hard look and reflect and say, is this in line with my love list? What I desire in life, what I want for the future? Ask yourself those questions, journal about it. And of course, I want to hear about it. So leave a comment. And if you feel that you are in desperate mode and you're looking to make a shift into being determined in finding your mate, I have a free masterclass, 5 secrets on how I attracted my husband. Just go to workwithmelanie.com, or the link is in the description box below. So again, I hope this was helpful for you, and I will see you again in the next video. Take care. Bye.